Hi everybody, Phil here, and welcome back to another Rig Spotlight. Today we're taking a look at Tomb Raider. No, not that polygonal mess. No, not that one either. Are you proud of yourself, Laura? Really? No, today we're talking about Tomb Raider 2013.
In our darkest moments, when life flashes before us, we find something that keeps us going. Something that pushes us.
Yeah, that's the one. Tomb Raider is a series that follows Lara Croft's many adventures into tombs to uncover relics of power. The franchise never really had an origin story, so Tomb Raider 2013 sets out to tell a story of how Lara became a gun-wielding, cliff-climbing badass. Does it achieve that goal? Well, let's take a look. So the game starts with Lara setting out on her first adventure to find the Lost Kingdom of Yamatai. Lara suggests that the Lost Kingdom can be found in the Dragon's Triangle east of Japan. The ship gets caught in a violent storm and washes up on an isolated island. Good fucking job, Lara. Lara washes up on the shore, she gets smacked upside the head and dragged off to a very creepy cave and hung from the ceiling in some sort of cocoon-like deal. No big deal though, we'll just swing to these candles on the wall, that'll burn her out. Oh! Oh god, are you okay, Lara? Oh yeah, just pull it out, I'm sure you won't bleed out. Oh no, don't get in that water. Oh, god, you're just asking for an infection. Okay, well, Lara finds her way out of this cave to a beautiful sweeping view of the shoreline, and oh, what's that? Screen title, that's where you've been hiding. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so Lara finds herself separated from the crew and needs to find them, and more importantly, a way off this island. After a bit of exploration and fighting her way inland, she runs into Sam and a random dude called Matthias. They have a brief conversation until Lara understandably passes out. Upon awakening, they're nowhere to be found. Eventually, she runs into the rest of the surviving crew. Lara and this fuckface over here, Whitman, decide to split up from the group and search for Roth, and the rest of the crew go to search for Sam and Matthias. While searching for Roth, Lara and Whitman discover that the inhabitants of the island worship Himiko, confirming that the island is indeed Yamatai. They did it! But was it worth it? Unfortunately, the inhabitants turn on the survivors and Lara is separated from Whitman. She tries to hide from Vladimir, one of the leaders of the inhabitants, but he finds her and attacks her, and she is forced to fight back and ultimately has to kill him to escape. This is a big moment because it's the first time that Lara must kill someone by her own hands. Lara makes her way up the mountainside to meet up with Roth, who is badly injured. Taking some of Roth's equipment, Lara sets off to a communication relay and hopes to send a message out to the outside world for help. She successfully contacts a rescue plane. Unfortunately, though, a freak storm materializes out of nowhere and brings the plane down in a fiery demise. And this is where things begin to get weird. Lara is informed by Alex and Reyes that Sam has been captured by the inhabitants, who are revealed to be a violent cultist called the Solari Brotherhood. Lara goes to rescue Sam, but is stopped by Matthias, who turns out to be a leader of the cult and orders the cultists to kill her. She is somewhat saved due to the intervention of samurai-looking monsters called the Oni. The Solari intend to put Sam through a fire ritual in hopes that she will become the next successor to Queen Himiko. The Solari begin the ritual. Lara tries to stop it but is overpowered by a large gust of wind, which extinguish the flames, making Sam the rightful successor to the Queen. Lara is taken captive and escapes and makes her way back to her friends. She runs into Whitman, who has weaseled his way into an agreement of freedom with the Solari. She makes it back to the palace to rescue Sam, and Roth summons a helicopter to get them out. Luckily, Lara has learned her lesson about flying on the island, tells Sam to escape by land, and tries to force the pilot to land the helicopter. But of course they're taken down by a storm and nearly kills her once again. Roth manages to revive Lara just in time for Matthias and the Solari to show up and kill Roth. That's a huge bummer. She then meets back up with her friends who are working on fixing a boat in hopes to secure a way off the island. Whitman shows up all buddy-buddy escaped from the evil cult, but Lara doesn't really believe his BS. Alex has made his way to the wreckage of the Endurance in hopes to find some tools to fix the ship, but has not returned, so Lara sets out to look for him. She finds him trapped under some wreckage and attempts to free him, but the Solari show up and attack them. Alex sacrifices himself and Lara escapes with the tools. What a bro. Lara makes her way back with the tools. She finds an account of the World War II era Japanese military expedition to the island, and they hope to harness the power of the storms as a weapon. She finds an ancient tomb on the coast of the island, and while exploring she comes across the remains of a samurai who had committed seppuku. It is here she learns the origin of the Oni and the storms that plague the island. So basically, Queen Himiko's intended successor took her life to stop the transfer of Himiko's sun powers, which left Himiko trapped in her dead body, and her rage manifests in freak storms trapping all that are unfortunate enough to get too close to the island. So, Matthias and the Solari are planning to offer Sam's body to be the new vessel for Himiko, which is a horrible idea. So Lara makes her way back to the beach to share her discoveries with her friends, only to find that Whitman has betrayed them and abducted Sam and handing her over to Matthias. I mean, everyone saw that coming. So Lara and her friends head up the river to the monastery to stop the ritual transfer. It is then that Lara must face off with the Oni guards to make her way to the top of the monastery to stop Matthias. He falls to his death off the roof of the monastery, and Lara destroys Himiko's remains to save Sam. The storms dissipate, and the remaining crew set sail to go home. But Lara's got that adventure itch now, so she's not ready to go home yet.
Fuck! You're crazy!
The game itself plays well. Climbing and traversal feels great, combat feels fair, and the arsenal of weapons that Lara gets throughout the game have their uses. Although I found myself using the bow through most of it because it's extremely flexible and it's very overpowered once you have it fully upgraded. Speaking of upgrades, this game has an upgrade path broken up in 3 categories. You got your survivor skill, you got your hunter skill, and your brawler skills. Survivor skills help you find more animals for more food, increases salvaging skills to upgrade equipment faster, increases climbing speed, and decreases fall damage. Helps you find rewards in the environment, and the final skill reveals all the tomb entrances on your map. Hunter skills increase your weapon accuracy and ammo capacity. It also lets you specialize in each weapon, giving you bonus damage in close range encounters and increasing rewards with each kill. Brawler skills increase your health and your melee skills with your axe, as well as dodge counters for quick kills and close encounters. The weapons themselves have upgrade paths as well, and many of them are found throughout the environments of the game, so it makes exploring each environment that much more rewarding. Combat is varied between stealthy encounters to full-out firefights, and sometimes you can choose which type of fighting style you want to take on many of the encounters, which is pretty cool. The story progression is linear, but each environment has areas that you can explore to find upgrades, collectibles, and hidden tombs, so it never feels like you're running through these areas without getting to know them just to advance the story. Speaking of environments, they look great. Even though this game is technically last gen, luckily got a bit of an upgrade for the current gen, and the PC version pushes it even further, making it still a beauty to look at. What about the tombs, you ask? I mean, this is Tomb Raider after all. Well, they're there. They're not exactly important or difficult to solve. Most of the puzzles take a few seconds of thought and you've got them solved. This is one of the complaints about the game, being that it was such an important part of the older games, but I still prefer the more combat and story-driven action rather than wandering fairly empty tombs, dodging traps, and finding hidden switches from the old games. Like, it's kind of boring. I will be the first to admit, though, that this game takes a lot from the Uncharted series as far as gameplay goes. But it has more history to it at this point, so it's still fair to say that Uncharted is just Tomb Raider with a dude. Let's be real though, they're both Indiana Jones knockoffs. Anyways, we get to join Lara in her first survival experience, watch her grow as a person, and come to accept that finding these historical myths come with a very real cost. Going from scared and lost to a dual pistol wielding, battle-hardened badass is exactly what we should expect, and the game delivers. So does Tomb Raider do a good job of rebooting the series for a second time? Hell yeah it does. I recommend this game 100%. Now it's not the best in the survival trilogy, and for me that goes to Rise of the Tomb Raider. But still, it does a damn good job of bringing new gameplay elements to the series as a whole. So yeah, check it out. You won't be disappointed. I promise. Hi everybody, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you really liked it, why not subscribe? Hit that notification bell for further notifications for videos in the future. What did you think of Tomb Raider 2013? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave a comment down below. I have been Phil. This has been another Rig Spotlight, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.